Welcome to the Whiskey Roundtable. We are your hosts.
Big G.
Karen Helen Keller.
Bourbon Bob.
Bourbon Bob.
The newest member of the Whiskey Roundtable.
Congratulations,
Thank you. I'm wearing the official uniform today. Yes.
It's better than Greg's official uniform. No, it's usually a thong. And I'm not talking about the ones on your feet either.
Ooh.
It's all right.
Yeah, I know you need a drink for that, don't you?
I'm going to port in my eye trying to get the bleach out. Oh, boy. Welcome. We're off to a roaring start on that one.
So nice to have
Let's
you.
get that vision out of our heads.
So what?
Jennifer Boggs in the house.
Oh,
Hi, Jen. Where you been, girl?
Booker Boggs. Where you been, girl?
I just said that.
You didn't say Booker
There's
Boggs.
a delay.
You called her Jen.
I did
I
because
call her
I
Booker
feel
Boggs.
I don't know her as Booker Boggs. I just know her as Jen.
She is the Booker's queen.
Oh,
of
my.
alcohol.
Nice.
Yes, she is.
She is. She knows her stuff, and she probably has
Very much
as
so.
much stuff as I have. Probably got some better stuff than I have.
Road trip to Jen's house.
Right.
Road trip to Jen's house.
Well, Jen, we have missed you. We are so
Yep.
glad you are back with us, and hope everything's well with you. So we'll toast.
Yeah, just
we
toast
got
it.
Toast it.
and we got Rob coming up north. Say hello to everybody. I'm sorry, Jennifer.
Rob coming up north. What are you guys pre-gaming with? You got a couple of yours.
I have, well,
We're trying other stuff, but
we had a little conversation before we came onto the air about Ouzo Sambuca, and Greg brought out his favorite that his grandfather would drink, and it's the Sambuca Italia. I love it. I'm sorry. I have a non-discerning liver. I like alcohol.
Me too.
yeah.
So
Have you
I will
had
drink
that
it in any
before?
flavors. Huh?
Have you had that before?
Not that one in particular.
Yeah,
That is just delicious. Like I said, it was like eating Brock's jelly beans, and I'm sorry, I'm a sicko. I like black jelly beans.
yeah, no,
I don't like the black licorice, but black jelly beans and star anise are one of my favorite flavors. Give me a
It's good
Pizzelle.
Yeah.
I love Pizzelles.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
good
I'm
stuff.
0.03% Italian, and I will own that. Yes. Yes, I got the little horn here.
I see.
I'm wearing my Mr. T starter set today.
Got his crooked dick on.
I got my
Look at that.
Mr. T starter set, so
Nice.
we're all set with this. Yeah.
You gotta represent.
You got to, man. I'm going to own a 0.3%.
There you go.
So the Zambuca, is that what you're drinking right now?
I'm drinking that and some of the chicken cock here.
Oh,
Is that
double
the
oak.
double oak?
that's a double
Yes,
oak.
that's a double oak.
I think
we did that one a little while
Jen,
ago.
I think, likes
like
the
that
chicken
one.
cock
She
as
likes.
well.
Oh yeah, the chicken cock.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was new on the shelf.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's good.
It's a little bit hotter than the regular
Yeah.
to me, but I think it is good as well.
I think with the double oak and all that different distilling, I think it will keep. And it's a little bit higher proof, isn't it?
That I never did check
I
on
want
this
to think
one.
it's
What
like
is this
100 or something. 100 something.
I
think.
92.
92.
Yes.
Okay.
I love how
That
that
was close.
cap is like a
It's shot
perfect
glass.
shot glass.
Yes.
I just noticed that.
Oh
Yes.
my
That is
That is
goodness.
awesome.
Oh,
Make
poor-
sure we keep
Yeah.
that.
I'll pour some more cock
I
here.
might need that for an emergency.
I have a flask in my
Why you got your? Why you always have your cock in your hand?
because it's where it gets touched.
You didn't fall off the ball washer too, did you?
Yes, I did. But I have a flask in my car. One of my good friends gave me a Christmas tree light bulb. And it is literally a 2-ounce flask, so I have that hanging
Oh, nice.
in case of an emergency.
All right.
And then I have my 2-stick cigar flask.
Nice. Nice.
Can you share what you shared with us? What did you share with us?
I filled the flask today. My wedding anniversary was this week. It was 32 years. I'm still trying to figure out what my wife did to pay that kind of penance to be married to me for that long.
She's a saint.
That's why her name is Angel. But what I did, her favorite artist is Rod Stewart, and Rod Stewart has put out a Scotch whiskey called Wolfies. And I pre-ordered that 3 months ago, and it came in on our anniversary.
Perfect.
So I brought that in, and I shared a little bit here because it's not technically my bottle. I couldn't bring it in. But I had to sneak that couple ounces out. And
Thank you, Angel.
yes, thank you, Angel. But it's really a decent product. I really hope it starts getting some mass distribution because right now you can only get it by ordering online or if you're in New York or Los Angeles. So good solid pour at a $50 price point. I think Rod Stewart did it right. It's a product of Scotland, so
It's good.
you
It
got
is.
everybody had it.
really
The
good.
tasting notes were spot on because we did a blind taste on it, and then we went and read the tasting notes. And it was probably, I think Greg said it, it was the most dead on manufacturer or distiller
Absolutely.
tasting
It
notes.
was,
So,
everything was in there. It was
Yeah.
good. I mean, and I don't mean a lot, but it was everything that was what he, as far as the tasting notes, it was spot on.
And it's
Spot
so
on.
unique because usually you have the notes of Scotch in there, and you picked up on the peat, but I really did. It was so unique to me. It was amazing. I hope they distribute that.
Yeah,
a
it's
little
one of those
bit
that-
more freely.
if I can talk my lovely wife into sharing, I'll bring that in here and we
No.
can.
That's
Yeah,
ours.
we'll
We'll do that because, like I said, my thing is I like the niche. Different.
I want to do it on the show. I think it's going to be
Yeah,
great.
it should be good. But
I was just going to say, so Jennifer seems to be the only one commenting. I see we got a few people out there, but Jennifer is drinking a Bardstown Bourbon Company newest collaboration series. It's finished in Goose Island Stout barrels.
Ooh.
She said Phil would like that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And she said she also has that bottle of double oak chicken cock, and she
yeah, that is
I
a
like it.
good
she
solid
said.
pour.
Yeah, I like it. You like it, but you don't. You're kind of on the fence, but I like it. That's how it got that low. But it's
Yeah.
good stuff. Good stuff.
There's a lot of bottles on the table that are low.
There is. You
Just
should,
another typical Friday night.
yeah, you should have saw Labor Day.
You should saw when my cousin was in town.
Oh God.
Oh, what
we
did you
had
do?
probably at least 15 bottles on this table.
Nice.
Crazy.
We were overserved. As
Again.
he says.
Yeah, I had to call my buddy, kid I grew up with, a very good friend of mine, and we were gonna leave and take him home. He's like, "Don't, I don't want to, I want to be home early." He got home early.
Early in the
Early in the morning, but I was so schnookered, and I didn't drink all day. It was a
Probably
Friday.
didn't
We
eat.
ate. We did. No, we ate.
Because we were driving around, we had lunch, and we went to a local brewery.
Yeah, and we had fun. I didn't even drink any alcohol at all. And we got home. It was probably 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then he's like, I want to just hang out for a while. We're like, okay. Next thing you know, it's like 3 in the morning.
Oh boy.
So I'm like, I said to Kara, I go,
Uh-oh.
I ain't no way. I could barely talk. I can't even get. She goes, what are you gonna do? So I called my buddy Fresh. Answers the phone, and he left here like a couple hours before. And he says, "What's up, G?" I said, "Hey, you gotta come over here and help us take
I'm
my
gonna take
cousin
Cuz
home
home."
because I can't drive." He goes, "I'll be right there."
But
So
that
we
is
had
one of the
so much fun.
that's one of the great things about this hobby, and that's what I do. Is I treat the drinking of bourbons as a hobby,
Right.
finding them and sharing them. If you can't share them, you're not doing it right.
That's right.
What are you trying to say?
I'm not. You, sir, are the master of sharing. I mean, you get some really unique bourbons, and
Jen will be surprised because she always gets on me a little bit and says, "Start drinking some of your stuff." And believe it or not, I'm opening more now than I ever have.
because I'm asking for some weird shit.
We have a fan online of Bob's.
Is it Robin?
It is Robin!
Hey, Robin. How
She
you
goes,
doing, girl?
"Bobby!" And she has, I don't know what those are, if those are warning signs. They're little orange circles.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
That's funny. Thanks for joining us.
I chat with Robin on another platform, and she is a dynamite young lady. I hope one day to meet her.
Local?
No. She's
Oh, okay.
down south.
Oh,
Down south.
Yeah,
she
she's
robs
always-
up north.
she's always
She's
putting-
down south.
Yeah, she's always putting pictures of the radar of the rain that she's always getting, and she's just a fun person to be around.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, we like those kind of people.
Very cool. Very
Yep,
cool.
yep.
Yep. Jen's that way too. She just goes with the flow. She likes it. She laughs. She likes to drink. She does all this stuff. Just like a
Very
person.
knowledgeable,
Yeah, very
too.
knowledgeable.
Well, that's
Yeah.
good. That's what we need. We need her to come up.
And
Absolutely.
Jen is welcoming Robin to the show as we speak.
Oh, nice, nice.
Just trying to stay with regular format. What are you smoking, G?
I forget what I'm smoking, to be honest with you.
A cigar?
It's a Genesis, and it's let's see if I can read it. Ramen Buso. So, this came from Royal Van Cigars. Labor Day weekend, he bought me, Dave brought me a Royal Havana cigars, bought me a box of these. He says, gee, this is right up your alley. So this is my third one.
Today?
No,
Oh.
since last week.
Wow.
I did.
Since
I
last
woke up-
weekend.
I did wake up this morning, and every morning, you let the dogs out. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning. I walk out on the porch. He's sitting on the porch at 7 o'clock this morning smoking a cigar.
Nice.
For the last week, now I don't sleep a lot. Not that anybody cares, but I don't sleep a lot, and Jimbo sleeps with me. And for whatever reason, my clock has been like anywhere from 3:15 to 4:45, whatever. And today I got up at 10 minutes after 4, and I was wide awake. Jimbo, he couldn't wait for me to leave so he could sleep in my spot, and I came downstairs. I sat here for a little bit, and I just, I went through my phone. Talk about that. I might as well turn that off.
Oh, yeah.
I set mine
So-
to tickle a little while ago.
So anyway, I sat for a while, and I was just like kind of looking around and and I said, you know what? I have a half a cigar from Sunday, and I kept it humidified. But so I said, you know what? I'm gonna go. And I was on my third cup of coffee, so I got up and went outside, and I said it was dark, and it was like, how quiet it was when you got here, how quiet it was.
Oh man.
I just went out there and I had my coffee. I
Still
left my
dark
glasses, left my
outside.
phone in the house, and I just said, I'm just going to smoke a cigar. And I did, and I was just about done with it when she came out.
I've been doing that a lot lately too.
Yeah.
I just sit out in the backyard. I mean,
Yeah.
I've just fenced in my backyard, finished that up, and been doing a lot of reflecting over the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
Had to because hey, I'm no longer aligned with Cleveland whiskey. There was a budget cut, and they let some people go, and this was the second round of layoffs, and I didn't make the cut the second time around, so that's where I'm at with that. So I needed some solitude. I needed some time to sit outside and have a
Right.
couple of cigars and chill with coffee, and then coffee turns into bourbon and another cigar, and yeah. And there was some work getting done in between, so.
Right.
Well, see, that's why we snagged you up as fast as we could. Actually, we did
we
this.
stole you.
Yeah, we've been off for a while, but yeah, we were like, we gotta.
Yeah, we did.
We gotta
Well,
take Bob.
It's been a comedy of errors this year for the Whiskey Roundtable. We had the flood, so that was like 2 or 3 weeks. We had to rip out the carpet, and you see what we did. And we threw a ton of stuff out, and I like it. I like the whole setup is much better. So it is what it is. But we had that going on, and then
We had a death in the family.
death in the family.
so
It was
we
just
were-
like one
yeah.
thing after another. But we probably, I would say 6 or 7 months or 6 or 7 weeks that we lost for the show, which is hey, it
not
is what it
normal
is.
for
And if
us.
Doug was here, he'd be asking you what show number this is.
Yeah.
But
I'd
Doug's
say-
on vacation, so.
I'd say.
Hey, it's the first one in September.
There you go.
There you go. There you go. So, and Doug's got another week or so before he gets back.
And he
so.
is in Scotland, and I'm
Yeah.
sure he is living La Vida
Oh,
Loca.
I'm sure.
Yeah, and I'll fill in
He loves it.
again next week.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, we'll have fun.
Anytime,
Yeah,
anytime.
I know. Now that I'm official, so it's going to work out good.
Yeah, it will.
And we'll see. Is Robin still out there? Because I want to know what she's drinking, because she's a tequila girl. And she's still making trips out to the garage to have a cigar.
She says, she laughed and she says, love you, Bobby. Jose Padilla is out there. He joined
Jose.
us. Good to see ya. What are you drinking, Jose? You got anything with you tonight?
And what did Jen say she was drinking?
Jen
Chicken
said
cock?
she's got the Bardstown
Oh, that's right.
collaboration with
That's right.
Goose Island. But you had mentioned
Jen, send me a picture of that bottle. I want to see it. Please.
Please. Yes.
You had mentioned Royal Havana, and I think we may have mentioned this, but every year they do a golf outing in the
Correct.
beginning of
Yeah.
August.
Right. We missed that. We missed a week from that as well.
Yeah, so we've been out for quite a while. So I wanted to share a picture of Greg and Dave from
Arturo.
Royal Havana
And Arturo.
and Arturo
From Cuba.
From Cuba.
From Cuba.
So,
Cuba bad. Good.
And the pig. So they did a
Right.
pig roast.
Oh my.
Yeah. I haven't done a pig since college, but anyway, go ahead.
So
Oh God.
yeah.
That one hit me right here.
So here they are. They got their
It was a picnic, but anyway, go ahead.
They got their cigars, and
picnic.
poor little Arturo looks so small
Aw.
in between you guys. It's like a reverse Oreo cookie. With you got your white T-shirts on, he's got his black T-shirts on. Perfect. But we had a good time.
Yeah, we did. We had a blast. It was a lot of fun. And I usually cook the whole thing, but it got to a point where because of delay in the golfers, if you will, they they're supposed to eat at 5:00, and they start early in the morning, so they're done by probably 1:00, and then they're at the bar or this and that, and they start filtering in 7, 8 o'clock. Well, I said to Dave, I go, you know what, enough. I'm not. It's a 16-hour day for me. I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. We have to do something. We're gonna
You don't
figure
golf
something out.
during that either.
I
do
don't
you?
golf. No, I do all the food. I cook all the
See
food,
him golf?
right? So Dave split it up. So it was smart. They did a barbecue. They wanted barbecues. They did a barbecue truck at the golfing outing
At the course.
Cool.
at the course, and then if the people wanted to come back, and then the other people that didn't want to go, they just wanted to do hang out with the event and get prizes and all this other stuff. So and then we had 50 people that bought wristbands for food. So we cooked for them. They did the pig, and I said to Dave, I said, let me pull 5 dishes. I'll do 2 mains, and the rest will be sides. So anyhow, we get there, boom, boom, boom. It was a hit. We had a blast, and I come home, and I look on the table, and I go to Karen. I go, oh, shoot. She says, what? I
That's
go,
not exactly what.
yeah, that's not what I said. I use the F word and everything else. But anyway, never took the barbecue chicken.
Well, that's a faux pas.
So then I was I was so PO'd. I was so PO'd. So Karen's like,
$5 college worth. I didn't go to college.
Karen basically tells me, well, I'm going to bed. So she goes to bed. So I take the big tin of chicken, already cooked, already barbecued, the whole 9 yards, and I put it in the big hillbilly cooler that I got outside, right? So
That would be my hillbilly cooler. It's
Yeah,
supposed to be
so-
for beer, but somebody is like overtaking it with other stuff.
so anyway, so I
You
called.
gotta go outside to get the milk.
I called Dave the next morning. I go, hey, I said, what time are you gonna open? He says, I'm already here. I said, I'm so embarrassed. I got your picture. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. So anyway, I said to him, I'm so embarrassed. He says, why? What's wrong? Gee, I said, never brought the chicken out. He goes, man, I thought you said you were gonna make barbecue chicken, but then we were talking, and I thought, well, did he say barbecue chicken? Blah, blah, blah. So here's me, Karen, I said, listen, I got to go. She goes, what are you doing? I said, I got to take that food out there. Mm-hmm. So I took the whole
Who's
thing
gonna be
out
there to eat?
Well, believe it or not, it was a big party after.
Oh,
Yeah,
geez,
it's
okay.
it's like an all weekend
So that was the midnight
thing.
snack.
So they heated everything up, and all the leftovers and everything else, and everybody ate. Everybody's like, man, great chicken. Oh my God, blah blah blah.
Well, so that was
You know.
accidentally on purpose. So it worked
Yeah,
out.
yeah, it was good. It was fun.
It was a hidden blessing.
It was. We had a blast, and it was, got to see some of my friends that I don't normally see on a regular basis because they live out of state, through the golf outing and through Royal Havana as well. So I got to hang out with them for most of the day, and about 5, 6 o'clock I came home. But we had a great time.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Very fun. Very, very
First time in my cooking career that I've ever left a dish. But anyway,
So-
shit happens. It is what it is.
So let me bring something out here, if I may.
Go ahead.
Absolutely.
So, unfortunately, my father-in-law passed away a couple years ago. My mother-in-law passed away earlier this year, so we were tasked with cleaning out the house.
Gotcha.
And in my father-in-law's desk, I found this beautiful little pamphlet, and I was like, what the hell is this? It's Ohio Department of Liquor Control
Oh, no kidding.
from 1972.
Oh man.
This is basically what the OHLQ website was in 1972.
Oh my God.
I wish they made liquor stores that big.
Well, I mean, if you remember, I mean, you remember that it was a state store at the time where you walked in with a little shopping cart. You had the little itty bitty like Giant Eagle shopping cart, and you would walk up and down and pull them off, and then they changed to you had to take the tag and go up there, and they bring you the bottles. So I was going through, and the prices from 1972 on some of these things were like incredible.
Oh, do tell.
Oh no! This is one of those that we may have to go back because I started leafing through it and I forgot my old man glasses because I can't read this print. Even if Greg was to hold it, I wouldn't be able to read it. But there is not a large selection of bourbons, not like we have today.
Oh, I bet.
So, I mean, it was kind of interesting to see like a bottle of Jim Beam or a handle of Jim Beam going for $7.
Right. And
What was the handle? Like, what size is
Handle
that?
is a half gallon.
a half gallon.
Oh,
Yeah, half gallon because we no longer have fifths, we have 750s.
Right.
And then we go down into pints and or 375. So, yeah. But I mean, I just thought that was
awesome.
kind of cool. You know, I'll leave this here for you guys to check
So
out.
it just brings me to back then there was barely any alcohol on the shelf, but
Yeah.
so many distilleries have popped out throughout the last couple years. It's like you almost have to put stuff in Ohio because
Oh
you
my
don't
God.
have, it's overwhelming,
It
which
is.
is
I
good.
mean,
So
but being a liquor control state, it's still hard to understand why
Sure.
we don't get
yeah, whatever one
the
of those
allocated. Yeah, the allocations are. It's weird. Like we'll just go back with everybody's
is. Well,
favorite Buffalo
we
Trace.
do just as much business as all these other states.
We
which
do.
is crazy.
We do a crap ton more. Liquor industry in Ohio right now, it's kind of down because of the economy. But
hey, I'm doing my best to pump those numbers up.
yes,
I
but
am.
I do notice that you're drinking your WMMS brew kettle beer.
I am. Is that not the coolest?
I tell you what, I just finished making my son's wine over at the brew kettle because they have a nice little wine place.
Right.
So I made the wine for his wedding, and we just went and made beer for his mother-in-law there, soon-to-be mother-in-law. And I tried one of those, and it was actually quite good. And, if you guys don't know, WMMS has been an iconic radio station in Cleveland.
Yeah, for a long
For 50
40,
years.
50 years, yeah.
Royal Havana
Unfortunately,
did your cigars.
huh?
Royal Havana did your cigars.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Royal Havana. Oh my God. Dave knocked it out of the park. I mean, and it's not just Dave himself. Last Wednesday, not this Wednesday, but the Wednesday before, feeling kind of down, and Greg and I, we went to Royal Havana. Spent Wednesday evening up there.
We had a
Very
blast.
nice.
Holy crap! What a bunch of nice dudes walking in
We had a good
there.
time.
So it just goes to prove that the bad habits that we have make good friendships.
Amen. All right, kids. We're doing a whiskey show.
I
think
guess we
so.
are. I guess that's enough
I
think
pleasant
so.
banter.
So,
Listen, we've been gone so long. We're just trying to catch up. We're sorry for everybody. You're probably sitting there sleeping by now, but anyway.
I know.
Jen's on her fourth one.
What?
When is this going to get interesting?
What day is it?
I'm gonna go take a shower. I'll be right back.
So should I should I go with the bottle cam or should we just jump into it? Okay.
Yeah, let's do the bottle.
All right. So just as a reminder, because we are a whiskey show, this is what we're doing tonight.
Hey everyone, it's time for the bottle cam. The bottle cam.
Off of mute.
I always say, because I mute us because sometimes, well, it would be fun for them to listen some of the background conversations that we have. But my big thing is I'm coming off mute, so like they can tidy things
Clean it up, yes.
tidy
Yes.
things up.
Yes.
I think so we were talking real quick. I'm sorry.
No,
Don't be sorry.
But I know we're trying to get in on the show here. So anyway, long story short, or longer. So one of the things at our meeting at the end of the year, we're going to start gathering all of our mess ups, if you will,
Oh, the blooper reel.
the blooper reel. So
Oh, boy.
we're gonna start putting some of those shows together for like when we can't be on the show because we're here or there or whatever. and people can watch some of those. I think they get a kick out of some of our stuff.
Oh, do I get a half an hour of my own?
Here you go.
Only a half hour?
That'd be a good time. So we'll figure that out. So we'll get Zach involved, obviously, our producer, and we'll move on from there. So anyway, go ahead.
Just to circle back to the booklet that you brought.
Oh, yes.
Jose says he remembers when you had to fill out a paper with the bottle number and quantity and take it to the counter.
Yes.
Really?
Didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. That's like
Yeah, that was like when you had that was the filling it out, and then it was kind of like going to best products at the time where you go look at the item and
Well, we're kind of there already with only one bottle, and if you want to get in on something, you have to get your ticket, and if you want something else, you got to fill out this form, and you might get called, you might not get called. It's that kind of stupid stuff. So that's where we're at.
And again, the reason why I like to drink something different, find out. I mean,
Sure.
It's like I'm not really seriously out there searching for stuff. Stuff comes across. I may hear something and I'll go and look at it. I'll go, hey, what's going on? Let me see if I can order that one. I mean, I have a friend of mine that moved down to Florida, and he's got a tequila coming up. I think he said we're going to be doing a tequila show.
Yeah, we're going to start bringing tequila into this too as well.
Yeah,
so we're going to just get a little taste of it before the end of the year. But it will be a product for us starting next year.
Yeah, I already have the guy Joe down at Red Horse Distillery down in Florida. Plug, ding, ding, ding. He used to run a winery up here. Did great wines, and then he started distilling. He retired from wine, went down to Florida, got tired, and started opening up. He opened up a distillery.
Nice.
Now, what's really nice about his place is that he has, like stalls where like beauty salons would rent them out to beauticians. He rents them out to moonshiners.
Awesome.
So they got like
I love it.
they got like sugar wash whiskey. And they got all kinds of great stuff. But he does a great product called Dos Gringos. Plug. That is amazing, and I'm hoping to get a bottle of that up here, and maybe get a press release, or even if Joe comes into town, get him down here to do that for us.
Yeah, we'll see what we can put
Perfect.
together.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, now that we did the bottle cam and got completely sidetracked.
Anyway, yep. And just real quick, I want to say hi to Karen Byrne. Thank you for joining
Karen,
us.
hi Karen. What's up,
Hi,
girlfriend?
girl.
Karen, I just want you to know Bob's taking a dozen ears of corn of yours with him.
Yes,
So-
thank you very much. I love them. I might
That's
even
good
mash some.
There you go.
Hey, now you're talking.
Hey.
We should do that.
So let me get into this.
All right,
I
come
know
on,
we could talk forever.
I know,
but,
let's go.
So tonight we are doing Jefferson's Rye, finished in Cognac casks.
Ohio pick.
Nice.
It is an OHLQ pick. So Jefferson's, it's one of those early, I guess, or one of those later distilleries that, jumped in. So they were founded in 1997 by Chet Zoller and his son Trey.
Okay.
And even though, they're relatively newer, they come from a family with a whiskey tradition that goes back 8 generations. So their grandmother, back in 1799, was arrested for production and sale of liquor at a girl.
Oh.
So even though they're new, 1997.
So she was the moonshiner. Or she was the runner.
Allegedly.
Okay.
What year was that?
1799.
Okay.
So, I love it. So, but I mean, I'm sure you guys have heard of Jefferson's before, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So you've seen the Jefferson's Ocean, which is another of Booker Boggs' favorite.
Right.
I think they're up to what, voyage 29?
24. I've seen 24.
I checked the website. I quickly saw 29. I don't know. I'm just.
Yeah. I have an
guessing.
interesting fact about Jefferson's. My son just went down to Louisville and did the Jefferson's distillery tour, and learned that every 4th voyage that they do is going to be a rye.
Really?
Yes. So
Interesting.
every 4th voyage is going to be a rye blend.
Awesome.
So that's kind of cool. I mean, so I'm passing my knowledge down to him.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
But I mean, I like Jefferson's Ocean. Jefferson's Ocean is not one of those that I necessarily would buy for myself, but that's one of those bourbons that I buy as a gift for somebody. somebody that's a bourbon drinker.
Yeah.
I mean, some of those bottles go between $80 and $150. So that's one of those bottles that I like to gift to people because I don't think people would necessarily buy that for themselves.
Right.
I think this one was like about a $90 bottle.
70.
70.
The OHL Cubic, yeah.
No, so that's still one that you might want to give for yourself, but I like to give like a Jefferson's Ocean as a gift because
It's
typical
cool.
a typical bourbon guy is not going to get it, but if you really get into it about the story about the oceans and how they do it, where they put the barrels on the boats and then they do 6 passes across the equator to get the different
temperatures,
and the moisture
ocean
content and all that
pushing.
stuff. So it's sloshing around and getting the most into the barrels. I have not had a Jefferson's Ocean I did not like, and I started drinking them at about Voyage 10.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
yeah, it's a solid product. I like it, and I'm actually really excited to try this one.
Well, that's not me. Oh, that's you. No, yes. Okay, so.
No, yes, okay.
Well, no.
No, yes, okay.
I'm sorry. I hear the phone go off, and I'm like, oh, squirrel. But they also, you mentioned the Equators. They have a new one called Jefferson's Tropic, and it's aged in humidity. So this version, they have barrels that fully matured Kentucky straight bourbon, and this one, the first expression that they're bringing out
We're
is
talking about this bottle.
no, not this bottle.
Okay.
This is a different version of Jefferson's, just like this is what else they have. So they have something new. It's called Jefferson's Tropic. And this is coming from Singapore, where they exposed it to, like, that's like right north of the equator, if you know your geography. They exposed it to the heat and the humidity to see how that changes the flavor of the
That's
whiskey.
interesting because you need the cycles of hot and cold. Yeah, that would be an interesting one to try.
I would love to
I
get
hope
my
it's not
hands
one of
on
those
that
space problems like we talked about the last time.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's a lot cheaper. You're not blasting yourself in space. But one of the other ones that I looked at, and this really grabbed my attention, and I'm sure, Greg, you're going to like this too, but you can't find it anywhere close, of course. But they have another bottle that's called Jefferson's Chef Collaboration.
I have it.
You have the Chef Collaboration.
I do. I just drank it the other day.
Uh-huh.
You mother trucker.
I've had
So-
that bottle 6-7 years.
So this is Trey Zoller, if I'm saying the name correctly. He went out to dinner with a bunch of friends, and the chef at the restaurant, Chef Edward Lee, they started talking about food and bourbon pairings, and they were curious and started talking about like what would go with spicy foods, which I love spicy foods. Love spicy foods. And he has a dish that is a Korean fried chicken, which I was like,
I like chicken.
got my attention. So
Unless you got to take it to Royal Havana.
so for 9
The
months,
chicken or the bottle?
Yes. What came first?
Well, I know what I'm trying after we shut off tonight. So for 9 months, they got together and they just kept pairing different things here and there, trying to come up with the perfect creation. But what they settled on, I guess if you could call it that, was they took Jefferson's rye and then one of their straight bourbons and mixed it up, and that's what the Chef's Collaboration.
So they made a burr rye.
A burr rye.
Okay.
There you go.
They're like a Rito.
Well, no, burr rye. I mean,
Like
high west did
Yeah.
a burr rye. That's really good.
He's being funny.
He's being funny.
But it's supposed to go great with bold and spicy foods.
Awesome.
So
So do I.
I just thought, if you do have the bottle, that's great. But if not, the distillery is open.
There goes
Oh,
Greg. He's going to go dig. Remember how we were talking about 1972 liquor stores and the inventory they had? They got nothing on this guy.
Is that
Wow.
the Chef's Collaboration? Wait, what is that? That doesn't look like the bottle that Chef's Collaboration. That's an older bottle.
It is. We got this in Boston.
So that might have been a
Oh
cook.
my
That might have been a cook's
gosh.
collaboration because they didn't become chefs until then.
Yeah, that's it right there. It's
Wow.
That's an older bottle, but yeah, I definitely
How
want to
much?
try that.
How much?
You know what? I don't know that I got the price point on it. What do you?
That one there, 1995.
It's blurry. I can't really tell what do you got there. You're gonna have to just tell
Wait a minute,
us.
Bob Barker just died too.
$39.95.
Okay.
Oofa. Yeah, I'm gonna try. Obviously, we didn't like that because
Well,
it's almost gone.
we were drinking it last week, so I had this much in it, and
Last
everybody
week?
liked it when it came down to here.
While
so-
you're standing, should we hand out the bottle, hand out the glasses so we can smell,
sure,
smell and
are
enjoy?
we ready to?
Yeah, I think we're about
Yeah.
there because I don't have a lot of information.
Okay.
But this
That's fine.
is, as you mentioned, this is an OHLQ
I just figured while you were standing, it might have been.
I get it.
pick.
Oh my!
This is 94 proof. It's about $70 a bottle, but I checked OHLQ before we came on tonight, and I could not. It's out of stock.
That's what happens because that's a limited production,
And,
and that's a good thing for that. I mean,
and even the Jefferson's rye, they do a regular non-OHLQ pick with the cognac finish. I couldn't find that anywhere in the state either. But what I did find on
damn
this,
liquor control
very,
state.
very limited information. It's double barreled for anywhere between 9 and 19 months.
Okay.
And I don't know if I said $70 if you can find it. So that's what I got, guys.
You know, being the new guy here, how many people on this scroll here are Ohio people? Do we know?
Karen is Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Jose is Ohio. Jennifer, are you Ohio or you're Kentucky now? I think you're Kentucky.
I think she used to be in Ohio.
And we got Rob from up
Rob.
north, which he's traveling,
Yeah.
so I don't
So
know
he don't
what
count?
he's I don't know where he's at. He's
Yeah.
typically
Where's
in
home?
He lives in
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin
Okay.
right now, but I don't know where.
Yeah, I love Wisconsin. Just had a bunch of really good beers from Wisconsin.
Jennifer Bogg says Voyage 23 was absolutely awful.
Really? I don't know if I had. The
I don't know if
23.
absolutely awful, maybe not most desirable, but it was
Little
very
off.
tasty, very unique. I enjoyed it. I mean,
There you go.
it's hard pressed to find something I
So-
really don't like.
Are we on the nose?
Yeah, let's
Alright.
dip our nose in, see what we think. It's pleasing. It's not.
It's not
Ethanol-y.
overpowering.
No, I
No.
don't get it. I get a little ethanol, but nothing terrible.
Yeah, nothing. Just regular.
I get
Run of the mill.
Definitely get rye out of it.
It definitely,
It's rye front for sure.
So, Bob, not to put you on the
No.
spot, but to be considered a rye, it needs to be 51% rye.
yes.
Okay. I did not get the mash bill on this, so I'm just curious.
A lot of rye.
Yeah.
It almost has like a malted flavor in there. There's
Agreed.
almost like a malted, not even a barley, just malted, like you would have like a Whopper.
Yeah.
Not the burger, but the candy.
I get like a dryness. I get like a dryness. I get like an oak. Maybe that's the dryness.
Yeah, it's not very oaky. It's not very smoky. Not very char. There's a lot that it's not. I can't figure out what it is.
I'm not getting a lot, but it's pleasing.
I'm getting a cherry.
I was gonna say,
a berry of some sort of
I was
pear.
going to say berry of some sort.
Yeah, a berry, not like
Berry white.
berry,
raspberry.
raspberry.
Are you okay?
Yeah, because it's like a sweet berry.
Greg, you picked this up, correct?
You know what? I think you picked that up some time ago, a couple months back. You went. It might have been my birthday. You shot out to the west side to get something else that I wanted, and you came home with a whole bunch of stuff, and that was one of the bottles.
Okay. Yeah, so that was earlier this year.
And if it wasn't that, oh, almost broke that glass.
Party
If
foul.
it wasn't that, it might have been from Rob.
Okay, I'm
For some
just-
reason, I associate that bottle with Rob, but I know it's an Ohio pick, but I don't know if it was from him or not. Rob, if I know you're driving, but if I'm wrong, just shoot me a text later.
Take a sip and nose it again because it changes.
Does it?
Yes.
Okay.
All
So
right.
the
We're going in
nose
for the
notes are
palate.
very, yeah.
Well,
go
I
ahead.
mean, I'm
Go
just
ahead.
saying, try nosing it again after you take a little sip because it changed 100%.
The nose notes that I have on this are very simple, and again, this is not the OHLQ pick nose notes, but it says cinnamon and honey.
No.
Very simple.
No, it's not that. It's
Not
not
on
that
the
sweet,
nose.
and it's not like a bark spice. But I mean,
What's it say on the nose?
Cinnamon and honey.
Oh,
on
that
the
was
nose.
it. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that was the nose. I do get a lot of honey
Definitely
on
honey.
the taste.
Definitely honey.
I'm not getting any honey.
I'm getting
No?
it. I'm
I'm
getting
not.
it on the. I'm all the honey I've ate in my whole life. This is definitely honey.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting honey flavor. So what changed, Bob, after you?
It became more intense. I mean, the
I get a lot of ethanol on the palate.
right, but I mean, it wasn't on the initial nose. It was really nothing to write home about. There was
Menthol.
nothing that jumped out and go, oh my god! But when you sipped it, it did come out more. The rye came out more. I got oak that time.
Definitely oak. Definitely rye forward.
Right.
The ethanol is pretty predominant, but I get that like Hall's
Eucalyptus, menthol.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's delightful. I don't think this is be one that I would be putting on my shelf.
It's on
It
the
would not be?
on the aftertaste, if you will, is definitely honey.
I find it a little at 94 proof.
Flat.
It seems a little
It's
bit
dry.
more. I don't know if
Dry.
I would consider it 94.
It's flat. I mean, there's nothing going. I gotta have more of this.
Yeah.
This is nothing against Jefferson's Ocean. I like them. This is probably one of those. I think, like Jen said, 23. I don't think this one. It's good. It's tasty. $70. I don't think so.
70. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, that is a little.
Vanilla.
I do get a
Yeah.
ton of honey. It's hard for
There's
me
a
to.
berry in there on the.
Yeah,
there's a
that's
berry
where I'm hung
in
up
there.
on is the berry. I don't know which. It's a sweet, little sweet, but
I
it's
don't-
short, so short-lived.
You said this is aged in wine barrels.
Cognac.
Cognac.
Heck yeah.
Well,
I would say blackberry, but that's just my personal opinion.
oh, the raspberry, blackberry, blueberry.
Yeah.
Fair,
I don't know what how much the bottle was. Did you tell?
$70. Well, $70
Okay.
is what I found.
All right, let's keep moving.
As the whiskey roundtable drinking it, it's a good one to have here and try.
I agree. I think it's a $50 bottle, but I don't mean that saying that it wasn't a $70 bottle. I'm just saying I probably wouldn't pay $70 for that. I'd pay $50, but I wouldn't pay. And you say, well, what's the difference? Well,
$20.
$20, but
No, there is a big difference. I mean, when you're drinking bottom shelf Evan Williams,
it's a long finish.
yeah, when you go like from Evan Williams to something that's a $40 bottle from a $19 bottle, it's a big difference. But as you get up in the price points, a difference between a $40 and a $50 bottle, it's minute, but that minuteness makes it memorable. If it puts a memory in your head, that's pretty good. That would make it a $70 bottle to me if it put a memory in my head. But
I like it. I'm
Yeah.
not going to say I don't like it. I do like it. It like I said on the nose, I from the very beginning I said I don't really get any ethanol out of it, but I get a ton of. I won't say a ton. I'll take that back. I do get the ethanol and the heat, spicy if you will.
rye.
I'll say baking spice because that's a whole host of things.
Right.
Like you talked about honey or cinnamon or whatever these different things
Sure.
are, but
a spice cake.
yeah, I like it. So what do you got?
You want me to read the notes?
Yeah, yeah.
The taste. So, on the non-OHLQ pick, the taste has spice, nutmeg, and citrus.
Nutmeg, that was the spice. That was it.
I didn't get any.
It wasn't cinnamon, it was nutmeg.
It was nutmeg. You're right, and I don't. I said berry. I think there's no berry in there at all, huh?
Well, on the OHLQ pack, they did give a tasting note on the taste.
Okay.
Spice of the rye is beveled with orange, peach, and honey,
Okay.
but no berry. They didn't.
Maybe the peach.
Yeah,
It's a reach, but it could be.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna
Again,
stick to what I. Yeah.
solid product.
It is.
It's a solid juice.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, it's solid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a mixer. You can drink
No.
it neat.
Yeah, you can drink it neat. You
No.
can.
I wonder.
Probably.
A little bit of water.
Oh.
Oh,
I'm
gonna
sorry.
Do a little dabble.
Let's do a little dibble dabble. Just a
A little
little.
dibble dabble. See if it opens. You can
I'm
pour-
sorry. I finished my sample.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Okay. I'm
Non-discerning
just a little
liver.
dibble dabble
Give
of
me-
water
I'll
and
take-
see what that
I'll
does.
take that, Bob, please.
Yes, sir. Let me cork it so we don't have a party foul.
Hey, go
I was
cork
gonna
yourself.
Say, can
Hey,
you
cork me.
just pour a little bit in there because I think that's mostly water, just a tinge.
Is everybody still with us?
Y'all sleeping yet?
Wakey, wakey, eggs and bacon. All right, so we're pouring a little bit. I don't know if you're supposed to use soda water, but that's what we have in
well,
front
it's
of
not-
us. So you know.
Hey, come on. It's the Italian way. Come on.
Hey,
Hey.
My 0.03%'s coming out.
Paisan. All right, so yeah, let's try it with the water. Let's
Oh,
see
it
how
opened up the
shakes
nose.
It up.
It opened the nose up.
Oh,
Heavy rye.
a lot.
Heavy rye. Because remember,
Definitely rye forward.
Because remember when they do the tastings in competition, they proof it down to 40 proof. So, yeah. Oh, it's
You know what? That's where I get. That's where the peach is coming in. Is that water?
yeah. It's
I get on the nose. I get peach.
yeah. I
I didn't
100%
get
agree.
it. I didn't get it before that.
No.
At all. At all.
No, that's maybe it should have been bottled at a little lower proof. That would have probably made a huge difference in it.
I can't exactly pull the peach, but I will say it's a definite stone fruit that I'm getting. I can't.
A stoned fruit?
Yeah.
A drunken fruit.
You know,
Oh, okay.
a couple Cheech and Chong movies, they're good to go. No, but like a stone fruit, like a nectarine, a peach, a plum.
Are those good for you to eat?
Obviously.
Okay, I mean, then my body would reject it. I mean, if it's health food or anything we're resolving.
Yeah.
I'm a secondhand vegetarian.
I could see the peach in it now with the water. I'm not changing my tasting, if you will, but I do get some peach out of that. I do get a lot more spice out of it than the nose, because I barely got a little bit of that ethanol on the nose, but I like it better with a little bit of water in there.
100%.
Yeah. Okay. Move along, kids. Let's.
Jose, you got the same tasting notes that I did. Spice of rye beveled with orange, peach, honey for a full-bodied mouthful. That's what I got, bud.
Awesome.
Yeah, and
Jose.
and Jose found it. Did you? Okay, so you found it on OHLQ for $69.99, but is it actually available anywhere? Because that's where I ran into a.
Now,
Can't get
when
it.
you're checking there, are you checking just our regional area, or are you checking the whole
I
state?
pulled
don't
out. Yeah.
Well, that in particular bottle only came in. It was basically, they bring it in like whatever. That bottle was, I would say, January, February when they got that bottle. So it's a pick. So it's blended differently than the standard. So I'd like to try the standard and see what it is.
Yeah, and being an OHL pick, that makes it even more limited
right.
all the way around. I
Right.
mean, that's why when you do the state picks, I'm not really big on them because
Oh, I
they're.
love it.
I'm not big on them because they're so rare. I want to go with a distillery that's making a solid product all the time. I do like a specialty like this one. This is nice, but give me something that can have at Christmas time if it comes out in January.
I'll sell you a bottle of Magic Hatter. Oh, sorry. Go
Magic
ahead.
Rabbit? How many do you want?
Can't get that name.
How many do you want?
I'm just kidding you. I have those, believe it or not. So anyway, so moving forward, I think it's a good bottle. I don't think it's a $70 good bottle, but and it is a pick. You know, a lot of people like a lot of the picks. I've had a lot of really great picks, not only through Ohio but a lot of different other states. And Ohio Liquor is doing a good job bringing a lot more product into the state of Ohio.
Yeah, the last couple of years they've come up with a lot of good state picks.
And it goes back to what I said earlier. There's so much product out right now, they have no choice but to put this stuff in Ohio. So, but it's a good bottle. So, is it a $70 bottle? Not for my palate, but you know, $50 I'm okay. I could have a nice cigar and after dinner with that. You know, something. You know.
So a good thing would be, you know, we always encourage people, if you want to try something, we always say and call out Lizardville.
Sure.
I don't know if they have this, but that is a great place to go for a
to
reasonable price.
Right.
Or a 15-minute drive down to Greg's house.
Shh.
Well, we gotta
I didn't say which direction.
We got to get Jose and his wife, great people. I met them on a funny story, so to say, about their decorated military son, and we became very good friends. And I miss him. I think the last time we actually hung out was Christmas.
It was at Cleveland Whiskey.
He's on our website.
He is.
He's on,
Yeah.
Nice.
For a picture. He
For a
made
picture,
a group
right?
picture.
Right.
Yeah.
So we
Great
made sure.
guy.
I
What was
reached
he
out
wearing
to.
at the Christmas one? Was that the honey? That wasn't the bee costume.
You had the bee costume.
You were the
You had the
John
smallest
Belushi
stinger ever.
bee. Yeah.
Thanks for noticing. But my wings are big.
Yeah.
He had to get his microscope.
I like to pollinate.
So are we gonna score this, kids?
Yeah. Why don't we start off with Bob? What do you got on us?
1 to 5, Bob. What do you
1
got?
to 5. I'm going to. I mean, being Jefferson's Ocean, being the pick, being a rye. I'm a solid 3 on it, and right up there, solid 3.0. For me, it's average at best.
Okay.
And like I said, it's not invoking any kind of memories like, oh my God, I gotta have the skin, or I want to share this with anybody else. It's not like, oh my God, like the Wolfies, I had to bring that here because I like it. I mean, it wasn't. Mm-hmm. This is one of those that I would not be ashamed to give this as a gift. Like I said,
No, I
Jefferson's
wouldn't
Oceans.
either. I wouldn't either.
It's a good gift bottle.
Sure.
So I mean, that's probably how I'm going to judge things. Is if I would give it as a gift,
There you go.
I would give this as a gift.
Absolutely.
There you go.
100%, solid 3.
I agree with that.
So, but I think, just to expand upon that, because I have to, you would give it as a gift to somebody that knows bourbon, doesn't know bourbon?
It wouldn't matter on that because, again, being an average bourbon, I mean, I wouldn't put it in a very light bourbon category like a Basil Hayden, which is very light. This is a little heavier, but it would be one of those that I think this would be something that everybody could enjoy.
Sure.
Would I mix it with anything? No. This is add a little water, add an ice cube, call it good, but don't mix it with Coke.
You know what? This actually might be really good in a Manhattan.
I was just going to say the same
Yeah,
thing.
that
I was
would
just
it would
waiting for you guys.
Manhattan old fashioned type thing.
Yeah, I agree.
One
That
of
would
a
be
craft
a great
cocktail would be great.
That would be an
Hey,
awesome.
RJ, come on.
Come on, RJ. Come on,
Maybe
baby.
we'll have to do a good cocktail show.
Yeah, Doug, we did that a couple times. That's always fun. It's a lot of work, but it's fun to do it on the show.
Oh, I
But,
got a cocktail to make?
Yeah, well, let's do one. So,
Easy, Hoss.
is it my turn?
I already put my score in, so if you don't mind.
What did you do?
What do you got?
I give it a 3.2. So, and here's the thing. So I'm not really. Is this a bourbon? It is a bourbon,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it's a rye.
Right.
Is it bourbon whiskey? I'm not sure. I'm not really big on bourbons. I like whiskeys.
Did we pull a mash bill on this one? Did we? Or that
I
was
did
they
not
didn't have it.
pull.
They didn't
That's why I was like, it's a rye, so it's got to be at least 51%. I'm not sure if it's on that bottle. If you can find it, that'd be great.
Yeah, maybe it's the cognac finish that's blowing me off on this one. I don't know.
You know what? If they would have mixed it with our friends
Maybe.
from Cognac,
Right.
it would have tasted better.
Yeah, you're talking about the boys. Oh my God.
I know. I'm drawing a blank. I'm so embarrassed.
Ray-
The cognac,
Rayon.
Rayon,
yeah,
Rayon.
the cognac that I loved.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, if they would have mixed it with
That bottle disappeared.
Oh.
I did not take it.
No, you left the bottle, but
Wait a
it was
minute.
empty.
That was a combination of both.
That was I Dream of Genie.
I Dream
Oh,
of
my
Genie and
goodness.
Bewitched.
Too funny.
Tink. But yeah, so yeah, I agree with you. It's not terrible, but it's not like you gotta try it. So
I think you got to try anything, to be honest with you.
well, I'm
I mean,
always
you know, I
but
mean-
it's not if you lined up 10 different ones, it wouldn't be the first one I would grab, and that's not a bad thing. But and I usually like rye too.
Yeah, but it would be one of those on a bottle share. If you saw it, you would take it and try it.
Absolutely,
Right.
just out of curiosity, and that's
I'm
probably
not-
why we have it.
Yeah, I'm not mad at the bottle. I
James
like
D.
the bottle.
Kirk.
And you know what? 2 weeks that bottle will be empty. You watch and see.
Oh, it's not a bad drinker. I mean, let me backtrack. It's not a bad drinker. It's
Not at
just
all.
not memorable. Mm-hmm. There's nothing going, hey, I had this rye. That's not what that one is.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm always going to want to try everything because that's just how I am. That's how I get my beers. I get different beers. I like trying different things and different picks. That's why I like different picks because you get a little off of what they usually give you. And I like that. But nothing bad. It was good. 3.2.
Okay.
From the Russian judge or the Italian judge.
The,
What do
the
you-
Italian judge.
the Italian judge.
I didn't say anything about the Englishman. But my opinion, I'm going to give it a 3-4.
Nice score.
I like the product. Not every, there's only probably, I'll just say a dozen distilleries, if you will, that make really, really good products, and that's what they do, and that's why they're so successful. Jefferson's got a lot of great products out as well, and I gave it a 3-4 just on the quality, if you will, of the distillery. I just think it's a nice drink. Is it a great drink? No, but is it a nice drink that you could sit down and say, you know what, I'm gonna revisit this. Maybe you don't drink it for 2 months and say, I'm gonna revisit this, and you might find out. I've had some of that happen to me in the past, where like that collaboration that sat on the bar there for 7-8 years ago.
The chef's collaboration?
Chef's collaboration. We bought that in Boston when Naomi was in college.
Oh my gosh. And she graduated from college in 2016.
Yeah, so just
So
tells you.
that tells you.
But I brought that bottle out. Someone and they loved it. But anyway, so that's why I picked the score that I picked. But I like it.
But developing on what you're saying is that Jefferson's does. If you were to put this up against a regular Jefferson's,
Sure.
it would taste completely different.
Sure.
So, and that is what's good. I mean, I like regular Jefferson's because it's readily available.
Right.
If you go to the shelf and it's not there, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not going to be on you.
True.
So, but I mean, it's a good pick. I mean,
Yeah.
it is a good pick.
Sure. So what do we
Hey,
got
we're
on
not,
this scroll?
we're not knocking it because it's, hey, at least OHLQ is trying, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and Jim is doing a really good job of trying to bring stuff back in.
Sure.
Perfect.
He's our liquor commissioner.
Yeah.
So,
Nice guy.
Hey, whatever you can do. Jose said no, he has not found that it's available anywhere. And him and Jen are saying that it came out in 2022. It looks like February of 2022 this came out.
wow.
Yeah, and that could be, but it might have came out, but the Ohio pick I think came out 2023.
Okay.
I mean
Okay.
the Ohio pick.
Yeah.
Okay, does that make sense?
It
Is
does.
Difference? Okay.
Yeah, so they actually brought the rye cognac regular 2022.
Right.
Ohio did their pick in 2023.
Right. So
Yeah,
Nice.
Makes total sense. But
I would say buy it and try it.
Sure.
That would be the actual end all. Buy it, try it.
for $70,
Hey,
find someone who has a bottle is my advice.
I mean, it's one of those. It's not going to sit on your shelf long.
Well, you
I
gotta
mean, it's one
realize
of those
they-
that when you have people come over to share.
They would Jefferson's wouldn't be in business if they didn't have all these great products out,
Right.
and that's why people take it off the shelf. So that's okay. But
And I think it's great because they have something going. You know,
Sure.
they have like the tropics. You're interested. It's different. It's something new.
And you know what's really cool about like things like this is that if they find out it sells, if they get enough feedback, they will make it a regular product line.
sure, it will.
So
Okay, what else we got on the scroll? Anything else?
That is what we have on the scroll for this evening. You
Do
know,
we
it's
do the-
summer. People are doing their.
No, I agree.
Fine.
What you want to do the other bottle cam? Or?
Yeah, so
We'll come
we
back
had to
and have a
mix.
little bit of
We had to
banter.
mix things up a little bit. So of course August is our Scotch whiskey month.
Wolfies.
If you can find it. So the
Order it now.
The bottle we were supposed to do at the end of Scotch whiskey month is actually something we're gonna do next week.
Okay,
So let's just take a ride and see what that is.
let's go.
If whiskey stopped working, every bar in town would be closing their doors, shutting down. Everybody would be.
All right, so we are back.
Wow, that was quick.
Obviously, I don't know what is up with this. I tried to change things around. Never mind. So, hold on. Greg, you want to take this up to the camera?
We'll be back.
Here's our bottle cam
You got to move it around a little bit, move it in and out.
for next week. Yeah.
The bottle cam did not work.
No, it went right to the credits. I changed some stuff around in here, and so Chivas Regal, bring it back a little bit to be there you go. Okay, so Chivas Regal Extra 13 is our drink for next week. Chivas Regal to me is one of those, if you could probably find it in your 1972 book, some kind of Chivas Regal is probably in there. But it's like a staple, I think, of Scotch
$1.99.
whiskey. But this is new. It's it's Chivas Regal Extra. And it
Aged
is
13
aged
years.
for 13 years.
Blended Scotch.
I think I can
Sherry.
honestly say that I have never had a Chivas Regal.
So that was a big drink, Scotch back in the day.
thought it was like,
that is
you know-
also barreled in sherry cask as well. So
Okay,
you know.
that might be interesting to me because
And that bottle, I think, was a $30 bottle. So they really have come up in their game. I've had a lot of Chivas Regals that have come out somewhat recently, and and I'm not really a Scotch person, but some of these products that they're putting out now will surprise you.
Did you have like the 21?
No.
Is that what was the Royal or the
Royal Salute.
Royal Salute?
Ooh.
That's Chivas Regal, isn't it?
Yeah, that's by Chivas Regal as well. Matter of fact, when we did that early, when we first started the show, they actually reached out to us. A big thank you for doing the Chivas Regal product. So
Nice.
yeah. So and that's all great.
And
but
everybody loved that.
They did. So I acquired the three different bottles, and I don't mean by it's all the same juice in every bottle, but their decanters are, they sell as much as the
Blue, green, and red.
blue, green, and red, ruby,
Emerald.
emerald, and sapphire. Right. So we can only get the sapphire. I think is the only one we can get here in Ohio, the blue bottle. But I fell into 3 bottles, and yeah, I do that sometimes.
Hey, it's good to know people.
It's good to be the king.
I wouldn't say that, but I got good people. So anyway,
But yeah.
so I'm looking forward to trying that. I really am. So
Yeah, I am
I'm
too.
excited too to try something
so
that
we're
I
gonna-
haven't
we're
tried
gonna have
before.
that. So
Yeah,
next
I
week,
just was
so.
trying to break up. I didn't want to keep going with Scotch. I wanted us to do a break, do something different, and so
Awesome.
yeah. So
All
that's
right,
that's
kids.
our next week.
Maybe
So
we'll do a beer show for you.
I could talk about beer all day. So, yes.
All right, let's call it out.
Oh,
All right.
are we done?
All right,
Are we
kids.
done?
Hey, listen, thank you for putting up with us today. Appreciate it. We've been off for a long time, so we're just getting back into the groove, so to say, and it's nice to have Bob with us as well while Doug is out. But Bob is one of our people now, and you'll see him on a regular occasion. So
Don't hold that against the Whiskey Roundtable.
So we'll have a good time. So until then, have a great weekend. Be safe. And until then, I am your host, Big G.
Karen Helen Keller.
And Bourbon Bob.
All right, kids. We'll catch you next week. Bye-bye.
Peace out.
Have a great weekend.
If whiskey stopped working, every bar in town would be closing their doors, shutting down. Everybody would be trapped with their thoughts, 'cause nothing numbs the pain like bourbon or scotch. Oh no, oh no, no. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably wasting lots of money trying therapy. If whiskey stopped working, what the hell would I do? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be over you. If whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, oh, whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped. Poor Jack D would be out of a job. Jameson and Bean would be cut off. Hank Williams' songs wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, this whole damn world would be a mess. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably wasting lots of money trying therapy. If whiskey stopped working, what the hell would I do? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be over you. If whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, oh, whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped, oh. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably halfway out of this town, leaving Tennessee.